If your crochet hook is just sitting there collecting dust, you're missing out on something that could completely change how you spend your free time. There's something almost hypnotic about the way yarn moves through your fingers, the soft pull, the gentle rhythm, the quiet click of a hook doing its thing. And once you start, it's really hard to stop. Today, I want to show you what a slow, peaceful crochet session actually looks like, and why so many people are turning to this craft, not just to make things, but to actually relax and feel better at the end of a long day. Let's be honest, most of us have days where everything feels loud. Your phone is going off, there's 100 things on your to-do list, and your brain just won't stop. You sit down to rest, but you're not really resting. You're just lying there with your thoughts running circles around you. That's the problem. We don't really know how to slow down anymore, and we don't even realize how much we need it until we find something that forces us to. That's where crochet comes in, not as a hobby you have to be good at, not as something you do to be productive, but as something you do just to feel calm. Think about the last time you did something with your hands that asked for your full, quiet attention, not in a stressful way, in a soft way, like putting together a puzzle, or arranging flowers, or folding something just right. Crochet is like that. Your hands are busy, so your mind gets to slow down. You're not scrolling, you're not watching something in the background with one eye, you're just here, in this moment, moving yarn from one loop to the next. And honestly, that's one of the most underrated things you can do for yourself. Now, when it comes to actually sitting down for a soothing crochet day, the setup matters more than most people think. And I don't mean buying a bunch of stuff, I mean just making the space around you feel good. Start with your yarn. If you're going for a relaxing vibe, reach for something soft, something you actually want to touch. A lot of people underestimate how much the texture of your yarn affects the whole experience. If you're working with something scratchy or stiff, it's just going to be frustrating instead of calming. Smooth cotton, soft acrylic, chunky wool. These are the kinds of yarns that make a crochet session actually feel like a treat. Then think about your project. If relaxing is your goal, this is not the time to challenge yourself with a complicated stitch pattern you've never tried before. Pick something with a gentle rhythm, a simple blanket, a granny square, a basic dishcloth, something your hands can almost do on their own after a few rows, so your brain can just float while your fingers do the work. There's actually something happening in your body when you get into that rhythm. It's not just in your head. The repetitive motion of crochet, pull, loop, has been shown to have a calming effect that's really similar to meditation. Your breathing slows down, your shoulders drop, the tension in your jaw that you didn't even realize was there starts to go away. Some people call it a flow state, that sweet spot where you're focused enough to be present, but relaxed enough to not be anxious. Crochet is one of those rare activities that gets you there without much effort at all. And here's the thing. It doesn't matter if what you're making is perfect. On a slow, relaxing day, the goal is the process, not the product. If you drop a stitch, just pick it up. If a row looks a little uneven, keep going. There are no mistakes on a chill day, only texture. Now let's talk about the environment you're crocheting in, because this is where a lot of people don't put enough thought. Light matters. Sitting near a window during the day is honestly one of the nicest things. Natural light is easier on your eyes, and it just feels better. If it's evening, a warm lamp works perfectly. Nothing too bright or blue-toned. Sound is another thing worth thinking about. Some people love the silence, and if that's you, great. But a lot of people find that a little bit of background sound makes a slow crochet session even better. Soft music, rain sounds, a nature playlist, even a show you've already seen so many times that you don't need to watch it, just the familiar sound of something you know playing in the background. You want your environment to match the pace of your hands, slow, warm, and easy. There's also something really special about what starts to happen over time when you build a regular crochet practice. It becomes your signal. Your brain starts to learn, when I pick up the hook, it's time to slow down. Kind of like how some people have a cup of tea that tells their body it's time to rest. Your crochet becomes that for you. And over time, the things you create start to carry that energy. A blanket you made on slow Sunday afternoons feels different from one you rushed through. There's something quiet and intentional in the stitches, and when you give that to someone or wrap it around yourself on a cold night, you can actually feel it. The other thing about a slow crochet day that nobody really talks about is how good it is for your hands. Not in a workout way, more like a release kind of way. If you sit at a desk or use a keyboard a lot, your hands tend to hold a lot of tension without you realizing it. The gentle movement of crochet, the way you're loosely holding the yarn, moving through each stitch in a soft rhythm, actually helps loosen that up. It's like a slow stretch for your hands and fingers. Just don't grip your hook too tight. That's a mistake a lot of beginners make, and it leads to a sore hand and a stiff neck. Hold it the way you'd hold a pencil you're barely using, light and easy. If you've never tried a full, intentional, slow crochet day before, here's how I'd suggest you do it. Pick a day or even just an afternoon where you don't have anywhere to be. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb, get your yarn, your hook, maybe a drink you like, tea, coffee, whatever feels cozy to you, and just sit down with no plan other than to move through stitches at whatever pace feels right. Don't put a time limit on it. Don't decide in advance how much you want to finish. Just let yourself crochet for as long as it feels good, and stop when you want to. You might only make it 20 minutes the first time. That's perfectly fine. Or you might look up and realize 3 hours have gone by without you noticing. That happens too, and when it does, it feels incredible. What you'll find after a few sessions like this is that you start craving it, the same way you might crave a walk outside or a bath, or something that just makes you feel like yourself again. Crochet does that. It's quiet and slow and completely in your hands, literally. You don't need a lot to do it. You don't need to be talented or experienced. You just need a hook, some yarn, and the willingness to sit with yourself for a little while. In a world that really doesn't slow down on its own, crochet is one of the few things that forces you to. And I think that's a really beautiful thing. So whatever you're working on right now, whether it's your first project or your 100th, I hope your next session is a slow one. I hope you make some tea, find a soft spot to sit, and just enjoy the quiet sound of your hook moving through the yarn. Because some of the most peaceful moments you'll have won't happen on a vacation or a big day off. They'll happen in your living room with a ball of yarn in your lap, doing something with your hands that brings you back to yourself. If you want more crochet content like this, go ahead and subscribe. There's a lot more where this came from.